stoner opinions on what we think you should think about that. Just kidding.
Oh, we have a little typo
Yes,
because
we
week's a
got
little high, but the Georgia Guidestones. It's a Guidestone over here on
it's a
Twitch,
good
but
stone. It's a
the
good
the
stone.
Guidestone, the
The Gweed
Guidestone,
stone. The Gweed
the
stones.
Guidestone, the Georgia
Go ahead.
Guidestone
This is
monument
your
is
fucking point.
destroyed after explosion. The Guido Stone was
Fucking
taken down.
losers.
America's
Fucking losers.
Stonehenge. Now, I believe this was regarded by some on the right as satanic. Hold on.
What?
What?
Sorry? What'd you
The
say?
monument dubbed America's Stonehenge was regarded by some on the right as satanic. I don't know. That's a reach.
Bro, it's not, man.
Is
Here's
it?
the thing. No, I didn't realize this until I started reading this story like last night. There are so many conspiracy theories about that Stonehenge, or sorry, about
Shout out
the
to Doggo the Hutt for putting this one. He shared this
Guidestone.
one with us. I didn't hear about this.
Oh, I had already heard about it.
I
But
guess never mind, Doggo. Shout out to P.
yeah, I had already heard about it. But anyways, I'm fucking the news. There isn't much in the world that I don't hear about. But anyways, there was a ton of conspiracy theories about this, but a lot of them were on the right for this one, and
I hate that it's
they
even
even
politicized.
argue everything is
God
politicized,
damn
bro.
it.
Winnie the Pooh is politicized, man.
Ugh.
Did you know
Like
Winnie the Pooh was
what?
a girl?
Oh,
Anyways.
so are they grouping these people on the right, or is it like coincidentally
No,
they're on the
it's
right?
just a yeah. This one's just
Yeah.
the just the way it is. It's apparently there was an explosion and they ended up having to tear them down for safety. And if you don't know what these so I'm
Guido
going to call them what
stones.
they are actually, are the Guidestones. They are essentially like a manuscript written in 5 different languages, so that should anything happen,
Like a massive calamity, end of the world shit.
end of the world
Yeah.
apocalypse, you could still kind of get a manuscript of the world population. It said that world population should be capped at like 500 million. So it was like, okay, that's a bit strange. So again, where is the conspiracy theories coming in? Well, I'd have to dive further into them.
Who
But
put these here too? Like,
these are only here from the 1980s, man.
I know, but do we know? Like, was it a group of people?
It was a group of anonymous people contracted
Anonymous.
by I don't have the name. Wait, you
Al-Qaeda.
might be able to pull up the article. Sorry, I'm going off the top of my head here on all this. I shouldn't.
Sometimes he freestyles. It's Freestyle Friday, baby.
It's Freestyle Friday. Did I
Sweet.
also tell you that 50% of the American? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I watched some National Geographic fucking conspiracy show shit about this a while ago, and basically they think they're not really sure who did it. I was just trying to see if we had an answer, but we don't. And it really boils down to them trying to set up an area of, like, let's say we have a great calamity like they had it way back with the Great Deluge, the floods, which has been documented across almost every religion in every part of the world, that we had a gigantic flood, whether that be believing in the big boat and all that, whatever, or this being science and Earth just happens sometimes. But they wanted to be able to have something that would be there for people to kind of rebuild society. It gives you the basic structure of what we have going on in multiple languages too, so that way people can re-pick up where. My problem is who decided to put that there with
Here it
what
is,
their
right there.
message was.
There it
I
is.
don't
So
like it.
it was one guy. There was a guy that was commissioned. So according to Wikipedia, the great
Yeah, but by who?
resource of man, in June of '79, a man using the pseudonym of Robert C. Christian approached the Elberton Granite Finishing Company on behalf of a quote a small group of loyal Americans, end quote, and commissioned the structure. Christian
Yeah, and they don't
explained.
even know who they are.
No, they don't. Nope. The Christian explained that the stones would function as a compass, calendar, and clock, and should be capable of, quote, withstanding catastrophic events, end quote. And it didn't. It's fucking rocks
An
standing on end.
explosion.
What the hell? An earthquake would have knocked those things over. Catastrophic events, end quote. The man reportedly used the pseudonym as a reference to his Christian religion. Christian said he wanted a granite monument built that could rival the British Neolithic monument Stonehenge. Unfortunately, gave up halfway through or something because there was 4 stones of that bitch. Sorry, I can't even read this without being a cynical bastard. Drawing inspiration from the structure after a visit. However, he said that while impressive, Stonehenge had no message to communicate. So I'm not going to go any farther in this because it's Wikipedia, and I don't
He
know how.
said Stonehenge had no message to communicate. Because again,
Right?
it's one of those things of, like, somebody who may not know. There's a
1980.
lot of sciences coming out that there's used for, like seances and chants and things like that. Because the
Yep,
fucking music
determining
through there, like
harvests,
yeah,
and there was a lot. Yeah,
the light
by the way
cycles,
that
like, there's shit
yeah,
behind it. Now this is just a probably potential religious nut who was like, we need to be able to help it because the world's gonna end 2020, fucking whatever the Mayans say, some sort of thing." Or he thought Y2K. I don't know. All me just bro sciencing that, but for somebody to
I'm on your
destroy it,
page on this one, bro.
like, in a sense, it probably wasn't a bad idea to destroy it because it's like it's just like, I don't know, man, I don't really want there is a few things on there that are a little sauce, a
There's a
little
few. Yeah,
sauce.
there's a
Yeah,
few
so,
things.
like,
Like,
I
can we
wouldn't
read
wanna
it?
have
Who's this one? This is NBC, so I don't know what kind of article we're gonna get out of this, but
NBC just takes
so
shit from other people. If you
they
click
do,
something, it's
they
gonna be
do.
somebody else's story.
A Georgia monument that drew curious visitors. No, no, no. The Georgia Guidestones, a granite monument adorned with message about the conservation of humanity, was demolished for safety reasons after 4 a.m. explosion. The agency released surveillance videos showing the explosion. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! I want to see that. And silver sedan leaving the scene shortly after the detonation. Okay, I didn't see the footage.
No.
Oh, I didn't see any footage. Oh, this is it. Oh, that. Oh, but this is just the sedan leaving.
Yeah, they don't have a
I'm like
shot
my
on the
son.
actual thing.
I'm like my son. I just watch the fucking thing and quit asking questions. Look at this.
Oh,
Wow.
that was not an M80.
And look, it actually withstood the blast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it took out one of them though.
Oh, I see that. Yeah, yeah,
They took out the one just in, like, Arabic or something probably. They were like, "Leave the rest. We don't
yeah.
want the one in
Right.
different
The thing is,
language."
though, like, I'm pro statue, man. I hate the fact that, like, people are tearing down statues and
Yeah.
monuments and stuff, man. Like,
They're already
I'm
built.
pro
They cost a lot
history.
of money
A lot
for
of
those to
money,
be
a lot
built,
of
and it's
energy.
gonna
Like,
cost a lot of money to take them down too.
yeah, I don't
Like,
know.
why?
Like, I understand. I understand maybe changing holidays, like the whole Columbus Day thing. It's like,
Mm.
sure. If you want to take Columbus's day away, so be it. Fine. Well, I can get on
But don't
that.
go spend a bunch of money to take down shit you already spent a bunch of money to put up.
Right. It's like burning your Dixie Chicks albums. It's like
Yeah.
you
You
already
already
spent
bought
the
the shit.
money.
You're
You
Nike,
already
you already
spent the
fucking
money.
paid for that. Why are you
Why are
burning
you
this now?
burning it?
And you have to clean it up.
I don't
Now
get
you
it.
have to
Now you got to clean it up. Yeah, what you
yeah,
should have done is sold it for
dumbass.
twice as much as you paid for it.
Yeah.
But you didn't. So I'm
No.
just like, nah, I don't know. I don't know. It happened like it happened here. It's happened in Canada. It's happened down south in terms
Well,
of
think about it in this case, alright? So, crazy wars going on in Middle East
mm,
because they have old things that were found, and now that bases their society on. So, basically old books or old, stones that have things written, even like uniform tablets all the way back. So, people will base their whole entire culture on some of the things they see. So, let's say we do have a calamity. One crazy religious nut finds this and says, "This was made by God. This is the thing here," and all of a sudden, this creates our whole new society based on what a group of private people put on this. I could see someone's paranoia. I'm just devil's avocado in it. Me personally, I don't give a fuck. I thought this was just there, no one cared. But I know
yeah.
there's a group of people who give a shit. I just
If
thought
no
it would
one's
have been a
getting
cool thing, like
if no one's getting hurt, I don't care, man. I'm a free speech absolutist. If somebody wants to go and try to create a new civilization based on 4 stones and a few inscribes
do
on a
you, boo boo.
go have at her, man. You know, go for it. I'm gonna let I'm gonna let free choice take over, which I do believe in today. You know, and it's like if someone doesn't agree with you, they're not gonna follow you. If somebody agrees with you, they're gonna drink your Kool-Aid. So okay, you know, let them go. You know,
Hence religion.
hence religion. Yeah, have at her, man. And who am I to say otherwise? It's like kind of circles back around to that argument where I'm who am I? Who the fuck is anyone else to try to know what's the right answer in
For the
life? You
next
know,
person, though,
is
too.
Christianity right? Is Islam right? Is Judaism right? Is Buddhism right? I don't know. Who am I to say no?
Buddhism.
Buddhism. Excuse me.
I like that.
Booty. Is that what you said?
See, I think it just boils down
Bootyism.
to it boils down to not giving as much of a fuck. We're a rare sector of people. You know what I'm saying? People who are
Concur.
watching. You guys are
Concur.
good. But there's the masses, and I know you say it's not, but the masses are dumb.
The
I think
vocal
it's the
minority.
vocal minority, but the masses
Yes.
of people
Yes.
who are just manipulated. I mean, think about how many millions of people watch the shit on the TV and on the internet and whatever, and don't
Yeah.
really have critical thinking skills. So
But But
devil's avocado.
okay, I'll let you
The
finish, and then
person who
I'll
wanted to
avocado your
blow it up
avocado.
probably being concerned that the future of humankind is being manipulated by these stones, so to speak. Still think it's stupid to destroy them. If anything, just be that guy who's, like, protesting that it's not real. But if everyone dies, we have a calamity, and society restarts, this may be a pivotal moment for history, is if they've got these stones, as if this was what we used in life, when they don't realize this was a group of 10 people who fucking threw this up. And that's what I think a lot of the shit that we look at is like, "Oh, the Egyptians did this. They all praised this god." And it's like, this could have just been a fucking household or a family that you saw, a family of like 100 people who lived over
Yep,
here and
just
not the
high on
whole entire
LSD.
society. Yeah, like,
Yeah,
or they
yep,
were the crazies of the group.
yeah.
You know what I'm
The vocal
saying?
minority, the
Exactly.
ones
But
that were just desperate enough to carve shit on the walls of
well, and
pyramids.
then people followed the masses, though, follow these things because they assume that this is what it is. Well, this was handed down by God. This was handed by, this
Then
has been here for thousands of years.
I would hope that, let's say in 1,000 years from now, that are we being hit with follower DDoS thing? I hate that.
I
Anyways,
don't see it.
I see
Oh,
this
yeah, we
minute. Look
are.
at all those followers we got.
Oh, yeah.
Those are fake. But anyways, yeah, sorry guys. This happens every now and again, but I digress. Um, I would hope that in 1,000 years from now, let's assume apocalypse, insert apocalypse here. And it's like in 1,000 years, we lost libraries, let's say, or maybe we lost communication, and then they had to rebuild society. I would hope that humans left enough shit other than maybe a Georgia thing. I don't know the legitimacy of this. It sounds pretty
Well, our shit's digital, Playboy. Our shit's
but
turned
I'm
into the
just thinking,
metaverse.
yeah,
So what
sure.
happens, like,
But I would
I think
hope
we
that
had the metaverse
that
before,
society, that's fair. I would hope
and the
that the
world
next
destroyed.
society would take our metaverse, the Egyptians' pyramids, the Stonehenge, these other things that I can't think of that are important to time, and put it all together and
I
say,
know, but we don't have anything that we've made in this civilization. We
we
don't
have
make
time
things like
capsules.
this.
Yep, yep,
Time
yep, yep.
capsules, but we don't make things like way back in terms of, like, stuff that's gonna last through centuries of calamities. We put shit on digital or on,
In a
you know,
way, look at our infrastructure, look at our buildings and stuff. You
which
know,
are
that's
metal. A
pretty
lot of them are
crazy.
metal.
Yeah. Yeah, you
Which is
mean like
gonna
they're not gonna
break
last
down
long?
and over time no, I think over time, like, again,
Yeah.
it's a
Like,
calamity
not
destroys
stone
that
and
shit.
shit.
Exactly. So,
Yeah.
they're gonna look at shit from way before
I
us
never
and then
thought of this.
shit like this.
You're kinda like, you're kinda right. I'm, like, scrambling to try to find an example of mankind
But we're
in
going so
our
digital, bro.
century. Yeah, that creates something big. Just
Even art,
absurd. Like, just
NFTs,
like something like the Hoover Dam. You know what I mean? Like, something that was created to withstand the test of
Mount
time.
Rushmore.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
That's the
yeah.
most current thing that I could think of that
Because
would
right now
be
we're trying to do is blow each other up, right? So it's like we're just trying to come up with the next biggest bomb. The
or the
seed
seed
vault.
vault.
Yeah, but that's yeah,
But it's
okay,
nothing that
okay.
really shows what our culture is and what our society is. That's
I
what
don't know.
I'm
Actually,
looking at is, like,
this this is actually kind of fits that definition.
well,
But
it would, but I'm saying with
let's
it,
say
like,
it
how
does
do these
test the time.
people live?
Right. Let's say it does test the time. How does the civilization after us go? It all makes sense. They have a
Yeah.
seed vault. Oh, what about our constitutions? What about our way of law? What about the Magna Carta? What about, you know, seed
Yeah.
vault? Yeah, yeah. It's a good
Well, no,
point,
I
man.
mean, like,
We don't
Zen,
build
like, I'm
things like they
talking
used
more
to.
about yeah, things that are gonna
Yeah,
stand
no,
the
I
test of time that people can look at and be like, "What are these?" Now,
the
unfortunately,
Great Wall of China.
if we use the same logic that maybe the future would use, they're gonna think that we had these 4 gods that we all prayed to, these white gods, that one of them gave us electricity, and one of them did this, and we believe this god was our god of war, Mr. Washington, and our god of freedom, Mr. Lincoln. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, yeah,
we
yeah,
look at
yeah.
all these deities as gods, and where does it say died?
Deities.
Whatever. Does it say
No, no,
gods
you're
anywhere?
probably right.
Like,
What's his
I
name?
don't know, man.
The one that's sending messages out to
Maybe
the
I'm
world.
tripping.
But
Our
again,
god of banging
so
slaves, exactly.
susceptible. Like those are little
I know, it could
satellite
just get
dishes.
destroyed.
Yeah, I can wipe those out with a wet fart.
If we had well, let's say we have a bunch of meteors that hit. A lot of the shit would
Boom,
be destroyed
done.
anyways, but yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
good
over
point.
time,
Yeah, good point. Good point. A
almost
meteor is
anything.
gonna take out take it all out. Boom, there goes the Sphinx. There goes the
Yeah, like,
pyramids. Yeah. But Zen Beatnik says Mount Rushmore, dude, it was a mountain that we carved up. We didn't build that. No, but we carved it up. That's pretty fucking impressive, if I might say so
Well,
myself.
and it's more just about those statues and those
And the
things that could be
impression
there,
of humans on the earth. You know what I mean?
Those are human faces. So if human faces
Yeah.
look different at a certain point, dramatically, which these faces look different, they're
And
gonna
we've
look at
all
this, say,
seen,
once upon a time, faces looked like this. And they'll be like, you could barely see them, just like those crazy,
and
designs
they're,
that are
you're right, their noses are going to be missing, and
yeah,
they're going to
and
be
it's
like,
gonna be
these
like,
are
this
their
is what humans used to
gods.
look like.
These are
Yeah.
their gods. They're in the stone.
Like,
And
I don't know.
we've all seen Richie Rich. These were created with laser beams.
Yeah,
So you need to remember, like, this is some pretty crazy technology.
exactly, exactly.
But no, it makes you do think, though. It's like our priorities just aren't what they used to be. You know, back when
No,
we were still trying to figure
trying
shit
to
out.
survive
We
and
wanted to be
thrive.
big, and we wanted to be broad, and we wanted to be, you know, we wanted to humans wanted to be on the same level as gods. You know what I mean? And we really wanted to put a staple on the earth. How come Mount Rushmore was never finished? Probably money, hey? Because
Money.
it was supposed to be the whole bodies, wasn't it?
Or they started doing it, and they're like, "Ooh, shit,
Why the
George
fuck
Washington's
are we
racist."
doing this?
And they got through it partway through, like, "This guy
Ooh, these guys.
these guys are actually kinda bad." Oh, fuck. Yeah, they were the
Yeah,
slave own oh, shit. Well, we got one
yeah,
guy's decent.
yeah.
He's
Roosevelt?
alright.
Is that Rose? Is Roosevelt
Lincoln,
the third one?
I believe.
No, Roosevelt. Roosevelt was four. Like
They're holding each
they're all
other.
holding each other. It's an embrace, bro. The United States.
Yeah, they were united as fuck, man. They were all
Yeah,
hugging and shit.
yeah. It's all behind closed doors.
Problem was they were wearing no pants.
No
That's why they
pants.
yeah,
No pants. That's why they had to take it. Yeah, that's why the statue stopped.
wasn't PC enough. Like,
You know, it's like the Colosseum. Someone just mentioned the Colosseum or the Colossus of Rhodes. That's pretty cool too. But like the Colosseum, that I thought, where is this shit? I want to see this stuff. I guess you
yeah,
could say the Burj Khalifa. You know what I mean? Like, but
Wiz
again,
Khalifa, yeah.
Wiz Khalifa. uh,
But this is the
yeah,
shit that they're
but
gonna look at
this,
on
uh,
society
this
and
is.
I
Sorry, finish.
think, gonna think these are our gods. Why do we think these motherfuckers are praising all these things? Like, we praise celebrities.
This,
If a future society were to look back at us, they think that we're praising celebrities or praising because 'cause we're fans of these things. We're fans of, different people. So it's like, I don't know, man. I hate that we do shit where we impose stuff not
well,
thinking about the
here's
future.
this Colossus of Rhodes is kind of like a prime example of like people misinterpreting. You know what I mean? Because if I'm not mistaken, the only thing that's left of this are those two stones. And maybe like
The
just the
balls
two
and shit.
stones. No, just the two stones. And and yeah, yeah, there we go. So what is it now? It's two lighthouses. They if you actually put the guy's feet on there, he would have had to have been like 1,000 feet tall,
Oh,
kind of thing,
shit.
in order for proportions to be right. So they think that it was never actually a thing. It was mis kind of reported, I guess, if you will.
Hmm.
Yeah, well, it wasn't even a thing.
Interesting.
It was a thing. It was kind of written about, I guess. But anyways, I guess
Yeah,
the
so you could
distance between the two things is too far apart. The thing would have had to been fucking
well,
huge.
then Mr. Cush, it makes a very valid point too. Most of the monuments we have in America, we fucking just took Native American land, said, "Hey, fuck you, we're gonna throw some white faces on
Yeah,
here
bro, that
and get
happened
the fuck
everywhere.
out."
Yeah,
Like,
that's
yeah,
in Canada too.
any native land, we were like, "Hey guys, guess what? Fuck your
Yeah,
home. We're gonna put faces here. We're gonna carve shit. This is badass."
yeah,
They're like, "What?
yeah.
We
Ooh.
live here." Like, you know what? That's cool. We're gonna put some dope shit here.
But this
You guys,
guy's face needs to be
yeah.
on that rock.
Get out. This is so much more important. Like, we gotta put these fucking
Yeah.
faces here. These
Uh,
dudes did good shit. Like, oh,
yeah,
uh,
it is unfortunate. Like if you looked at if you look at a
hmm.
map of Canada, and it's like how much by treaty. Now this is the difference between Canada and a lot of the world is in America, you guys took over through a war and deception, lies, all that
Disease,
other shit. Yep. But Canada did it differently. We decided to write a bunch of legally binding contracts with these people
bunch
called
of
treaties.
hustlers.
Yeah. And by law, if you look at a map of Canada, if you could bring this up, Wing, a map of Canada that's owned by indigenous land or indigenous people, Oh my God. There's like no federal land, or there's no federal land. There's no federal land. It's all sacred land. It's all owned
Really?
legally, yeah, by tribes and by indigenous people. Legally, like we signed contracts. So that's
Wow.
where people misunderstand the relationship between the government of Canada and the
Holy shit.
indigenous Aboriginal people, because the federal government said and legally signed documents saying this land is your land. None of it is my land. So and now that people are like, whoa, 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 where's this is my fucking land. You know what I mean? And they're right. They're right.
Legally, yeah, but see, the
Legally,
problem is the government will be like, "We're putting in a new bill
yeah.
that changes what we
But
said."
there it is, right there. Like this is it. I don't know the source of this, but this looks pretty accurate. If you were to break Canada up, it, none of it is owned by the
None of it's
government.
Canada. They just came in here, decided to slap their name on it. And they're like,
Yes,
"This is
yes,
Canada
yes.
now."
And that's why
Oui, oui.
there's a disgusting relationship between the Aboriginal people and the federal government. Federal government is always like, "Oh, we're sorry, we're sorry. We've
We're
had
sorry.
reconciliation and all these things." But ultimately it's like, "Well, we're sorry, but we're still going to give you the shittiest land that our country has." They've got, I wouldn't say the shit, the least fertile, like
Yeah,
the
that not as
territories,
usable.
Yukon, none of it, or sorry, yeah, none of it.
Called none of it?
Yeah, none of
They
it.
gave him none of it.
You nailed it on the head, bro. They got
Wow,
none of it. They got
wow.
none of it. Yeah, man.
See, in
Yeah.
America,
I
what
believe
we
it's
did
actually
here is
Nunavut. Nunavut.
America's good at fucking you, it's pretty much like a you don't agree to getting fucked, and they'll look you right in the eyes, and they think you enjoy it, but you don't enjoy it, but by the end of it, they're like, "Hey, it was good, maybe we'll do it again." You know? And it's weird, but
Yeah.
you can get
Yeah.
casinos here. Some people get casinos and cheaper cigarettes, and, I think alcohol is cheaper. Don't know how that was a benefit,
Yeah.
but,
Yeah.
the
There's
casinos
a
where
lot
I
of
know a
work.
guy who gets paid 100K a year because he's affiliated with this casino. He doesn't even work at all.
Hmm.
So there's some perks, but not everybody's getting it, and, like,
Right.
the
And
only
that's,
payback now is a bunch of old, dumb white people who smoke a ton of cigarettes and fucking lose all their money at casinos.
yeah. Yeah.
That's the only fucking
It's
pay,
a
and which isn't,
sad,
I don't find that just,
it's a
I don't know.
sad story, man. And yeah, it's the land, like the land that they do get, they've got reserves in Canada, and the reserves are owned by the federal government, not owned by the people, yeah, that have the
What?
reserve. So they technically can't like build, or like they don't own it. It's like renting. It's like renting. So yeah, man, it is a disgusting thing. So it's,
What the
and I didn't
fuck?
know this
How's that
until
even a
I
thing?
went to university, man, and I was ignorant just like so many of my friends, man. And it's the racism, especially in my province in particular, in Manitoba. It's nothing that I was actually used to before I came to Manitoba. The I don't want to. I'm not trying to white knight or anything, but there's just a very very
A sector
heavy
of ignorant fucking
divide.
people.
Oh man, it's big. There's a big divide between the Aboriginal people and everyone else, and Canadians is really how it is. Is really how it is, there is, it's rooted legitimately, but a lot of people don't understand it. And it's just in that argument right there that we, rather than fighting them and going to war with them, when that's a whole other argument, we didn't. We just signed a bunch of contracts and said, nope, we're not going to do any of that. It's like, okay, well, they're going to have a leg to stand on someday.
That's fucked. Hopefully, man. Hopefully, because that's
Yes.
just